Today we will be talking about conjunctive adverbs. Our objectives for the lesson are as follows. First, I hope that you can properly punctuate sentences containing conjunctive adverbs by the end of this lesson. Next, I hope that you can choose the correct conjunctive adverb for the purpose of the sentence. We use conjunctive adverbs as transitional words in sentences or paragraphs to further ideas or show relationships in time. So if you look at the left-hand column here, we see words that are examples of transition words that we could use to show relationships in time, such as then, finally, this time, next, or still. If you look to the right then, we have words that elaborate on topics. So words like however, otherwise, therefore, accordingly, consequently. These words are to further your ideas and to, once again, just elaborate on topics. Here we will combine two sentences using a conjunctive adverb. We have our first sentence, girls mature faster than boys. That's one complete sentence. Then we have a second sentence, however, boys are physically stronger than girls. This sentence starts out with our conjunctive adverb, and after the conjunctive adverb, notice how we have included a comma. We can combine these two sentences to show the close relationship, just like the sentence in blue. So we see, once again, the first sentence, girls mature faster than boys. We then are going to use a semicolon to connect the two sentences to show the relationship. We follow with our conjunctive adverb, however, and then after the conjunctive adverb, you always need to add the comma. Then we continue with our second sentence, boys are physically stronger than girls. So we have girls mature faster than boys, semicolon, however, comma, boys are physically stronger than girls. Now we will show how using a conjunctive adverb can help show a relationship in time. If we look at our first example, we have the sentence, the Miami Heat won the NBA championship last Thursday. Now they are the reigning champions. Our first complete sentence, the Miami Heat won the NBA championship last night, is the beginning of our sentence. We combine the next sentence by using a semicolon. We add our conjunctive adverb now, and then we put a comma after the conjunctive adverb and finish the sentence with, they are the reigning champions. This is showing that because the Miami Heat won the NBA championship, they are now, at this present time, the reigning champions. We can look at another example that shows a conjunctive adverb showing relationship in time with the sentence here. Steve came home, cleaned his room, and emptied the dishwasher. That's our first sentence. We use once again our semicolon, our conjunctive adverb next, and a comma to show that after he came home, cleaned his room, and emptied the dishwasher, next he completed his homework, which is our second complete sentence. Once again, showing a relationship in time, what he did from one step to the next. Now we will look at using a conjunctive adverb to elaborate on a topic. Our first sentence says, I wanted to go to the movies. It's a complete sentence to start us off. Then we use our semicolon and add our conjunctive adverb unfortunately, and then add the comma. The word unfortunately is telling us that something caused them to not go to the movies. So there's something sad that happened or something bad that they weren't able to go to the movies. We see that in the second part. I had a big research paper due the next day. So the research paper, or the second sentence, is telling us why they could not go to the movies. The following sentence is a good example of why we need to use conjunctive adverbs. If we look at the sentence, Julie went to the mall when school ended and completed her homework, there is technically nothing grammatically wrong with this sentence. However, if you read the sentence, it seems that Julie went to the mall when school ended, and at the mall is where she completed her homework. By using a conjunctive adverb, we get rid of this confusion. If we look at the sentence, Julie went to the mall when school ended, we have our first complete sentence. Then we use our semicolon, and we have the conjunctive adverb afterwards, she completed her homework, and the comma, of course, after the conjunctive adverb. By using the conjunctive adverb afterwards, we now know that Julie went to the mall when school ended. After the mall, though, so afterwards is when she completed her homework, not, in fact, while she was at the mall. Here we have a sample test question that might show up on a test like the ACT. The sentence reads, I am not very good at writing papers, therefore I have to come in after school to get help from my teacher. We see the conjunctive adverb therefore in the sentence. However, if we look at the conjunctive adverb, we notice that there's no type of punctuation surrounding it. So if we look at our options for answers, A, B, C, and D, we can see that A, no change, is incorrect because we know that there needs to be some type of punctuation around the adverb. If we look at letter B, therefore, with 2 commas, one before and one after, we know that this answer is incorrect because there needs to be a semicolon somewhere around the conjunctive adverb, so we can cross that out. We look at letter C, and there is a semicolon in front of the conjunctive adverb where one needs to be. However, we're missing that comma after the conjunctive adverb, so we can cross letter C off. Lastly, we have letter D, and with letter D, we see the semicolon before the conjunctive adverb. Once again, our conjunctive adverb, therefore, and we have the comma at the end, so we know that letter D is the correct answer. Here is another example of a question that might appear on the ACT. You have 2 sentences. My parents took away my computer as a punishment. Unfortunately, they will allow me to use my computer for homework. We see the conjunctive adverb, unfortunately, and we see the comma following the conjunctive adverb. In this example, they have used a period rather than a semicolon to separate the 2 sentences. This is grammatically correct, so we know that this question is not looking for punctuation errors, but more so as word choice. This question would be asking you, is unfortunately the correct conjunctive adverb to be using within these 2 sentences? So if we look at it again, my parents took away my computer as a punishment. Unfortunately or unluckily, they will allow me to use my computer for homework. The word unfortunately does not make sense with the sentence because it is not unlucky that they allow you to use your computer for homework. So letter A is not the correct option. Letter B, however, my parents took away my computer as a punishment. However, they will allow me to use my computer for homework. This seems to make a little bit more sense. My parents took away my computer as a punishment. However, but, they will still allow me to use my computer for homework. So letter B might be a possibility. Letter C, thus, my parents took away my computer as a punishment. Thus, they will allow me to use my computer for homework. So because my parents took my computer away, they're going to allow me to use it for homework. Does not seem to make sense. The same goes with letter D, hence. My parents took away my computer as a punishment. Hence, they will allow me. So because of this, they will allow me to use my computer. Because they took my computer away, they will allow me to use it. Doesn't make sense, which leaves us as B as the best possible answer to choose with the conjunctive adverb, however.